Good morning. It's early. It is Monday, October 12th at 9:07 a.m. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit, make it look a little more attractive. No, ain't working. There we go. I haven't done any Optavia reports because honestly, I haven't really thought of anything to do. But I have something now. I was thinking about it yesterday. Let's fluff that a little bit. Make it look a little more natural. Anyhow, let's discuss. Well, first of all, I have to tell you, I've had a rough couple of weeks. Not that you need to know all that, but my dad died, as I said before, and my mom has been struggling from her stroke, so she is in a rehab facility. So I've been back and forth to Texas, and we're trying to make sure we got our finances straight and keep her from getting scammed is just almost impossible. God, people are lousy. Anyhow, I was not really being very healthy with myself, and bit of a depression, but was drinking too much. But as of last Monday, I went completely back on program, and by the second day, I was like, thank God. I had gotten to the point where I felt so, I didn't gain a whole, but I was bloated. I just could feel like that feeling when you go, I'm full. I felt like that all the time. I wasn't really doing myself any favors. So I went back on program, which is not an easy thing to do, and completely cold turkey with alcohol, which was not an easy thing to do, which really kind of freaked me out. But honestly, by the second day, I felt so much better. I am down 6.5 pounds since last Monday, and it's Monday morning. So I was very excited to get up this morning and weigh myself because I knew I had done well. So I was like, yep, I'm going to have a good number. I know it. So my husband and I are going away next weekend to the beach for his birthday, 60th birthday. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we discussed it this morning, and he says he can also notice a difference. He sees it in my face and in my spirit. Like I have more energy and I'm more upbeat and I'm not down in the dumps. So there you go. But neither here nor there. It's not easy to get back on program, but it can be done. And I'm going to continue, and I'll keep you updated by the end of the month. But a couple things. First of all, Optavia shipping. I will tell you right now, if you have an order coming up in the next 2 weeks, process it now. If you know what you want and you're in a financial position to do it, get on there, process it now. It is taking 2 weeks to process orders before they even ship out. Now, here's the caveat. Sometimes they ship out and UPS just hasn't updated the tracking number. I've got clients going like, where's my order? And I call the company. Don't even bother calling. Just know that it's coming. But I'm telling all my clients, I text them, we're growing so much, but here's the problem. So if Optavia goes to their supplier and says, we need this many 100,000 portions of cheese for our mac and cheese. Great. Here comes Kraft saying we need this many million pieces for our cheese. Oh, guess who's going to go first? They're going to do that. They're going to fill Kraft before they do Optavia. Maybe someday that'll change. But in the meantime, the amount of fillings are limited, but the potatoes are back in stock right now. So if you want the potatoes, get on there now and get them. I'm going to do that. And also do yourself a favor. Get the strawberry lemonade flavor infusers. You get like 20 in a box for $18. They're so good. And in the summertime, when you're at a party and everybody's having a cocktail and you I pour mine into a 20-ounce water, shake it, and that's my refill. And I just take a cocktail glass, fill it with ice, pour that in there. Everybody thinks you've got yourself a nice little rosé or some sort of nice little cocktail. And it's just a feeling of having that cup in your hand that just makes you happy. And I found that to be very satisfying. I put mine in a martini glass. I did something special for myself. Well, I sat around yesterday afternoon watching A Discovery of Witches. So back to the shipping. Look, Optavia sends you an email. If you're in the Premier, sends you an email 7 days before your order processes. And it's going to say, hey, Your order's going to process in 7 days. Anything you want to change, come on now and do it. Do it. Do it even before that. If you know it's coming up and you know what you want, get in there and process that order in plenty of times, because there is nothing worse than getting down to some feelings that you hate that'll defeat you, or having to contact your coach and try to buy them off of somebody else in the neighborhood. Just be prepared. Get on there, get it, process it, get off, and be ahead of the game. So there's that. Just my little caveat. The other thing is, if you've been on program for a while, you may not have the new page for the Lean and Greens. There's a new guide that came out. I'm not actually even sure when it came out, because I still have the old book, and I didn't realize until a couple of months ago that there is a new, these have been modified. So now pork is no longer in the lean, it's in the leaner. There's a lot more non-meat choices on here. So like they have eggs, tofu's on here. Part skim cheese, I guess that would be mozzarella, ricotta cheese, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. I'll tell you what I did last night here. 1.5 cups of 2% cottage cheese, which is what I had. 1.5 cups of cottage cheese is a good amount. You're gonna be like, oh, that's a lot. But I did it last night. I had a pretty good sized bowl. I had my 1.5 cups of cottage cheese, and then it's my leaner. So I made a little salad on the side, lettuce, cucumber, red pepper, and then I had the Skinny Girl poppy seed dressing, and I diluted that a little bit so that it would spread further. I put that on the salad, and it was so good, especially if you love cottage cheese. I loved it. Now, I've heard of people putting cottage cheese with Jell-O. What? But I might try it, because I was surprised at how good this was. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious, especially once the salad got down a little bit and started mixing in more and more with the cottage cheese, and then that dressing in all of it. Oh my God. I think I might do it again tonight, because I made stuffed shells for my family. I could just imagine how that would have felt after that. But it was my Lean and Green. I had it set aside. My husband's like, well, what's that over there? I'm like, don't you touch that cottage cheese, boy. You'll be going down. Anyhow, so if you don't have this, look in the new guide, it's page 18. I think in the old guide, it's page 17. So look in your guide and see what number this green page is on. If it's page 18, then you have it. If cottage cheese is on here, then you have the new one. If pork is a leaner, you have the new one. If it's not, here's a trick. You go to www.coachanswers, one word, coachanswers.optavia.com. Girls, you can find a shit ton of information there that you can use, and maybe it's something you've been wondering about, but you can find it there. You click on U.S. coaches, then you click, there's the top one is documents, don't do that one. Down 1 or 2 is programs and product information, I think it is. Click on that, and then there's another one at the very top that says program. That's the one you want, and you in the search bar just type in guide, and it'll have it in Spanish, it'll have it in English, and if you click on that, scroll down to page 18, take a screenshot of it, keep it on your phone, print it out, keep it in your book. But it'll a lot of the fish I think is different on here, so heads up when you want to get that, because like the cottage cheese last night, I didn't have to go look it up, it was right here. Normally I have to go on our Facebook page and look for the dairy guide, Optavia dairy guide, and it's not the easiest thing to find, but it's there, and that's also there in the Coach Answers. But to have that right there, and ricotta cheese is in there, and what to do with eggs. Like some people like to have breakfast for dinner. Hello. Oh God, breakfast for dinner, you could do eggs. You could do the pancake fueling. You could have, I think, turkey bacon. Or you could just do a big, huge thing of scrambled eggs. Because if you do 2 cups of egg beaters, which is the leanest, that is so many eggs, you'll never eat them all. So you could do 1 cup of egg beaters, and then you could do 3/4 of a cup. So you could divide this. Okay, so here's 2 cups of egg beaters is your leanest, 1.5 cups cottage cheese. So you could do 1 cup egg beaters, weigh out all your vegetables, saute them, put them in the eggs when you cook them, and then you could do 3/4 cup cottage cheese on the side, and that would be the other half of your leaner, and your vegetables would be right in your omelet. Okay, so I mean, it's easy. You just look at this. It gives you a lot more things to play with within your leaner, and leanest, that you could half them to make up a whole, you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? You're picking up what I'm throwing down. I hope so. But that's it for today. Short and sweet. It is 9:17, and first staff just pulled up on a Monday morning. It's cleanup day, because Saturdays are wild in here. It's great. But this year, I am going to sell my business this year and do Optavia more full time. I can do it from home. I'm going to be 60 shortly. Well, year and a half. And I don't know if my body can sustain the amount of physical labor that this job requires. So I'm down 6.5 pounds this week. I'll keep you posted next week, and I'll let you know how I do on my weekend away with my man. It'll be interesting. Bye, guys. See ya.